We are going to be moving into the next set, which will be Player385 versus Obi-Wan, which Bjorn actually just hosted a tournament today. So
Oh yeah, how did that one go?
it was very fun. It was very interesting. There were some really wacky games in there. I think there were a couple of gold players that got knocked out pretty early, and I think Xbox won that one, and I think Xbox's challenger as well. So, great, great effort by Xbox. I think the final was between Akov and Xbox. I'll just double check actually. Okay, it
I
hasn't been updated,
mean,
so I'm actually not sure who won.
golf players falling apart is something that I personally would love to witness more, especially in the postseason for this SCL. But you know what? Let's skip past my dreams and move into some very tangible draft choices. In this particular one, we do have a veranda ban, so nothing of the sort is going to be coming through here. But Obi is one of your people, doubling modern instead.
Beautiful. See, Obi understands. They just know. They just know. But we do see the ban on TN as well, and a restrict on ballroom. Oh, I love the ballroom restrict. I don't like ballroom. Completely agree with the player there. We also see Obi-Wan restricting nothing. So we're just gonna go into the game and let them pick whatever they want, which is pretty cool for a single as well. We do see the double on Modern, double on High Rise, and then the singles will be on Galaxy Gallery, and we will see the final set as Redwoods. So that should be an interesting finish if we get there. But yeah, pretty keen to see out these games. Love Modern, and start us off.
Well, indeed, it's going to be your favorite. It's going to be a player playing as Salmon. Starting in the back here on Modern in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Oh, right, a casting tip. Do not ever say that you don't like ballroom. I've said this once and now I'm being witch hunted.
Sorry to hear that, but unfortunately, it's true. I'm not a ballroom fan. Ballroom is going to be in my restrict a lot. I can promise you that. Ballroom's such an awkward venue. It's just like half occlusion, half not. I mean, the better you are at the game, the better ballroom is going to be for you because you can use those like techs pretty well. Um, but yeah, definitely not one of my favorite venues. But anyone who doesn't love Modern is wrong, and that's fine. You're allowed to have your own opinion. But if you don't like Modern, you're wrong.
Well, in the meantime, we are gonna get some inspects. We are gonna get a 51% on Flirt, so this game already moving a lot quicker than the ones we've seen before. Modern, obviously, a very big venue, and a venue that you don't actually need to do that much on, only 4 out of 8 this time around. Uh, has been a 5 out of 8 for a pretty short stint as it was released, but that was kind of miserable to play. So now we're down to a 4 out of 8, and player is down to get that second flirt.
Yeah, this venue would be unbelievably difficult on a 5 out of 8. I can't even imagine doing that. That would be so rough. But a pretty fair venue. We are going to see the 4 out of 8. Now we do get the seduce done. Queen is going to kind of be stagnant in this party, so we do get off to a pretty good start.
And in
We
the red.
also are going to get a white test. For the DA here. We have been highlit, so Obi is definitely watching us. I don't think we're suspect number one. We're definitely up there, as there's only 4 highlights. But it's just for statue visits, which is the norm in pretty much any venue. If you see a statue, you just highlight them for it. So I think we're in an okay situation. The party might get a little bit more active. Right now, there's really not too many people doing anything, unfortunately, but all the highlights are pretty active, actually. They're all kind of doing something, so there's a lot to watch on Opie's side.
The real interesting thing to witness here is are we being immediately shot for the last inspect? Because that will give us a mission. But it's not going to be the last mission, it won't put us into the mission in countdown. Player here definitely gonna wipe check Obi on this one. And it doesn't seem that way so far. Here comes the inspect. Here comes a swap, actually. That's a pretty interesting way to finish. Obi a little bit confused, but he's got the spirit and he's got the shot correct, which is the more important part.
Yeah, great find by Obi. There are only 4 seconds left, so definitely good statue awareness. I don't think there was too much to look at that time of the venue. Yeah, we didn't have too many other people at statues, and we probably had two on books. So good shot by Obi. Possible good finish by player. It was definitely nearing to that point. If we got a bug earlier in the game, that might have been great. Uh, but yeah, I mean, solid start from both players to put us into game two. But that'll put Obi up 1-0.
And trying to get up to 2-0, Obi is going to be picking a twin in this particular game in 3, 2, 1, playing it. One annoying thing that I find personally about that statue set in particular is that you expect it to be hidden, but it so absolutely completely is not every time you try to do anything with it. It's a very deceptive statue set over there in back.
Yeah, they almost feel like they should be hidden, but Modern has pretty visible statues all the way around. You can kind of go from any angle and pretty much see all of them. Swapping statues can definitely be really risky, especially if you know it's going to be visible. And on Modern, it is just always going to be that, unless there's a lot happening on the other side of the venue, which usually isn't the case. We do have a bit of an active venue. We have a couple people at bookshelves that might need tracking. But we'll be kind of waiting for an opening here as we're going to be hunting down Disney. And we try and push him towards this conversation circle. Does not end up working out, and we are going to see if we can head back and finish that ST progress as we're sitting on 44%.
I mean, 44 is not that bad. It's a very annoying number to work around with. It's nothing that two close whites won't fix. Unfortunately, the seduction target very much not a fan of ours, but thankfully we are very much not caring about it, instead preferring to go for the briefcase, going to start that fingerprint progress. And I mean, as far as missions goes, that's not too bad of a mission to finish. And well, just gonna hope that the ambassador is gonna be moving around touching things, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. Sometimes it does come down to RNG, and it's always useful when the ambassador's walking around the party, kind of doing our job for us. Looks like they are going to head to bar, so we might be able to chain that into a purloin of some sort. If we're feeling a little bit wacky. Bar has been a little bit active this game, and seems like the party though in general, besides bookshelves and purloin, has been generally pretty quiet. So we're probably going to be looking for Softails here to finish. We do find our ST, and oh, we joined conversation right next to the ST and the DA. Oh,
Kane's doing
99%.
very weird shuffle over there at the bar, but we are actually just gonna go for a bug. It's a pretty interesting one. It's going to be a Twitch bug, which means that we are doing a walking bug animation while standing still. And yeah, here doesn't quite take, unfortunately for us, but it's also very much not noticed despite us standing right in front of the sniper. So that's a pretty cool play by Obi, not rewarded by the game in the slightest. But you know what? We do still have like what 80 seconds to go, and this is going to be our frame.
Yeah, it looks like we've gone and we've demanded. We also go for the delegate as well. I think this is going to be fingerprinting. Yes, it is. That is going to get us a free objective done. Unfortunately, we're still a little bit far away. So do sitting on 99% has put us in a bit of an awkward situation. But I think we're just going to go for a delegate contact seduction very, very quickly. We see the banana bread does come out, and the mission win is going to be pending as we send our twin over to get the purloin.
Notably, we don't have to wait until that Purloin takes to win the game. We can go and do a bug. We can do it. We can just do any other mission and get to mission win countdown that way. The Purloin will still go off, and it will still put us into the mission win countdown. So there it goes. We do have the second sticking by, and I don't think that player actually noticed it, judging by the reaction.
Definitely not. That's going to be a no shot finish. Player385 unfortunately isn't going to take the shot. We will see the Spy win. Nice purloin at the end paired with the contact, and Seduce kind of got a lot of progress done very, very quickly. And that's just a beautiful finish from Obi. Um, but we are going to go into the next half of Modern with Obi up 2-0. And we are going to be playing on General here. We'll say player again in 3, 2, 1.
You gotta love having a spy game versus sniper is not even bothering to try and shoot as submission win countdown rolls by. That's just a level of sneakiness that I aspire to have in my spy games. I never get there, but it's a nice target to shoot at.
We are going to start with a 25% to get us on our ST game, and we are a part of the far part of the conversation. We're sitting kind of waiting for the talk for a little bit, but we will just be standing in convo, not forcing too much action yet. There are a few highlights that have come out the venue already. We actually see five. Sorry, we actually see 5 highlights. And we are not one of them, which is absolutely fantastic. And that will be another Seduce that we push through to 42%. That's going to be a white.
I mean, it's not too bad for a start. And honestly, now we may just be in the range where the highlights doing things may just get them shot. 4 out of X, not that likely to happen. But if the paranoia sets in and if OB loses the count on some of those, definitely can happen. That said, wouldn't bank on it. Would much prefer us doing something more than flirting across conversation because look at this white test that only brings us to 59. That's not even 60. Come on.
I completely agree with you. I think this is just way too slow. If we were getting greens, maybe we could make it pay off, but that's a really big gamble that you have to take. Getting greens for anyone isn't easy. I don't know what the top player green rate is. I wouldn't even begin to guess. But this isn't working. Yeah, even we get a green here and we still need another one to finish, which is really unfortunate. We're probably not even remotely suspected. There really is no reason for us to be, but I think we're just hoping for a safe shot here. We might be able to frame someone and push a banana bread to try and get the kill. Maybe do a delegate to try and get the kill as well.
There are a few things that player can do to force OB to shoot one of those highlights. It will require player to track who those highlights are. Here we do have Sick, who is actually being very active and moving around the venue quite a bit, but no, instead we're gonna go for a bug. The hand wave is very visible, and OB is very quick on the trigger here.
Yeah, just a really unfortunate game there by player. We kind of just sat around for 2 minutes, and then the moment we tried to take a bit of action, we got shot for it. And if that bug gets by unnoticed, that's absolutely fantastic. But as you said, it was quite visible. Maybe if we went the other way, maybe we could have gotten away with it a little bit more. But it was a pretty empty conversation. It would have been hard to hide it behind Teal if we went the other direction anyway. So good effort by player. Unfortunately, didn't really work out in our favor. And Obi was just right on top of it, which is great to see. Good sniper awareness. That'll take us up 3-1. 3-0, sorry.
And back to Salmon as OP trying to sweep his own double in 3, 2, 1, planet. I mean, you say unfortunate, but unfortunate implies that we got unlucky. I can understand not being lucky with the action tests. Kind of, I agree. That would be a pretty luck-based part of the game. We could say that the party was doing nothing, but I think we had a non-zero amount of people doing a non-zero amount of things, which is more than I've had in certain games of high rise. But here, I think it's just not quite enough action done by player, and it pains me to say it, but you really gotta be doing something.
Yeah,
I mean, I do completely agree with you. I think even it was kind of fortunate that the ST didn't move that whole game. It was very interesting. Um, but we have been a bit blessed here, as Obi kind of received a visit from the ST, settled up right next to us, and then leaves at a great time as well. So that's going to be a free 51% to push us in the right direction there. Obi will just be chilling in conversation. We are down to 3 minutes, and our seduce is halfway done. So there's not too much reason for us to be in this conversation. Looks like we are going to be hunting down red dress here, and I don't think this is going to look even remotely suspicious. As we get pretty close to her, but we don't get within
Oh,
green fit. Oh no!
that
Oh
doesn't
no!
look close enough, brother. That is not close in the slightest. Or at the very least, it is so close, yet so far. Gonna be one more flirt from us to finish that mission, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is something that we will have to roll on with. On the other hand, it is almost a mission completion, which is not that bad in the grand scheme. Gonna go pick up some He's gonna go get that fingerprint. Gonna go take it to the investor.
Let me see a suit shop. Um, if
Yeah,
just have
I
a look,
think we're
because
gonna need to dissect that one because I am not certain.
yeah, I'm not sure what that was for either. So just jump on the interactive camera.
Because that
So
is a shot that comes through before Twin takes the list.
yeah, so
So
we
I believe
saw.
what happened here is a shot for a swap, potentially. Because if it was a shot for a
Yeah,
purloin, then surely you see the list in the first place, and you can't return the list on bar venues.
yeah, it looks like that they were at statues, edge statues. They did receive a highlight for it as well. Then unfortunately, yeah, we just took a drink and got shot straight away. Maybe they thought it was some etiquette thing. Maybe they took it quickly. Yeah, not too much reason for that one, unfortunately. I think we could have waited a little bit longer to see whether the list was actually taken, or maybe whether they were going to delegate if we really did think it was them.
I do
Because
believe
no
it was
objectives really
actually a
getting
phantom
done.
swap, and it just happens. Like
Yeah,
you look at the
yeah.
statue, you don't remember what it was. You take a little bit of time to remember if it was actually the swap or not, and then you just decide that, yeah, I guess it was. In which case, on one hand, you can just let them to play out the game and keep that one in mind, but that runs the risk of forgetting about that swap thing ever happening, which I've lost a non-zero amount of games to that, and that is very annoying to lose every single time. Or you can just shoot it straight away, and if you take that shot and it's incorrect, you've just messed up and you know where to improve, which is honestly not that bad either. Happens, bit sad, but you know what? In the end, it's a 0-4. Thankfully, it is on the opponent's venue, and now you're playing your own, so you probably can just 4-0 back. And player will attempt to do just that, playing as general here on high race in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, I mean, if players able to come back here, that's going to be an absolutely correct comeback. Being down 0 to 4 is not an easy task. Being able to come back to a tie, or let alone a win, would be quite an impressive feat. But we are going to have to do a lot of work to make that
Banana
happen.
bread.
We take a banana bread here, and that's going to be quite a few lowlights that he can get out of that. I think Taft was in a conversation by themselves, so we could also get a low light in them. But it looks like we don't take it. We keep them. Oh wow, we actually give them a highlight, even though they were in a combo by themselves. We do get a couple of lowlights that does narrow down the party, but
You
unfortunately
say
not
they
as much as.
conversation by themselves. I say that Theft split out of the conversation into center statues. What do you say to that one, Starzy?
Well, he received a highlight, so obviously I'm wrong. Um, so you know what? If he's the spy, then I'll hang up my jersey. You know, I'll have to I'll admit defeat. But looks like players going to head to the green books here. Microfilm is an objective that needs to be done. Also, most of the way done with Seju, so maybe we'll go for microfilm here. I don't really think I see that too often on this menu, but when it does work, absolutely fantastic. Being able to get out of a bug or an inspect is awesome. So hopefully we can make it work.
I mean, jokes aside, probably worthy of a low light. You are objectively correct. The problem is the game is very much not objective. The game is very much subjective. And here, if player notices how annoying theft was and suspects that it was a highlight, then a fake banana bread here will just win the game for him. I don't think a second banana bread will come off in this game. I don't believe player will be the kind of a guy to just do fake banana breads. But instead, we are gonna get that 91% on the floor. We don't have a book in our pocket, which means we still need a third mission to complete. It can be inspects, it can be bug, or it can be a purloin, maybe. Calling up Toby is just what we want to do.
It looks like I'm just going to be standing around here. ST is nearby, so hopefully we're able to lock in and find them and finish. We are still looking for that third objective, though. We are down to 30 seconds. We don't have the half of the microfilm, and it looks like we will be saying hello to our seduction target and getting that done. So we are now down to one objective. We do a request drink, and I think we're going to see a pearl in here.
Oh, come
It's
on!
going to be a green.
I'm sorry for being this visceral, but I don't remember a set that I've seen recently where I've seen that many green purloins, because I believe on this cast we are at 4 right now. Like, this is disgusting. What the hell? Challenger players are cracked. What? That's not supposed to be happening.
Uh, Yeah, that was a nice finish there from player. Getting a green is huge. Didn't even see the shot for it actually, which is even better. Definitely caught Obi off guard, being able to get that finish there. Early contact ended up working for us as well. Don't really think it would have mattered if Tough was low lit there. We just got the finish pretty effectively. And that's just the type of finish you want to see on high rise. So perfect stuff as we head into the other half of the single set. We are going to see Obi, who is up 1-4 still, so is still in a great position, but probably wants to extend their lead and get this game done on red dress. Sorry, this is the double actually. In 3, 2, 1.
So I believe what you're saying is that we are at the second half of the first half of the second double.
Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Thank you.
Great. We are gonna start at the side statues, which is a pretty interesting choice. We do know that Swap and Inspect are both on the list, which means that we are probably gonna be highlighted at some point soon, and yes, indeed we are. But it's only for side statues. We're not even done with that mission, and we are already kind of hampered in our attempts to get bug later in that game.
Looks like we do find our ST. We do get some 34%, got quite a bit of partial progress, which is really nice. Looks like we've turned transfer and purloin off, so possibly a swap game. We've also got bug available, which is absolutely great. No purloin though, so that's good that we don't need to watch for that. Seems like we're going to be watching party etiquette a lot more with this type of set. And Obi hopefully able to use that to their advantage and get a sneaky little sip in. Oh, we missed the fingerprint though. That is going to be a red test.
I loved the attempt to go for a hard, hard action test fingerprint, because I'm gonna be honest, nobody gonna remember that type of thing. At the very least in Challenger, probably like up until Gold, maybe higher. If you're trying to remember those prints, you are either a tryhard or trying to watch for them and missing some other stuff in the process.
Yeah.
Both likely to happen, but here Obi trying to take a shot, unfortunately it doesn't work out.
Even then, it looked pretty natural in terms of Toby parting. Just if you're in the same conversation as the ambassador and you do a request, it doesn't really look too unnatural. Oh, we go for a wrong arm bug there. or say a sidearm bug, does not end up working out for us. It's not seen, which is absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, though, it is not going to catch, which means we won't get that free objective done. If that did catch, that would have been huge.
Well, the statues are inspected at the very least, and that's our first mission to be done. Thankfully, it's just a 3 out of X, so we only need to talk once more and get a banana bread through to the desired double agent, unfortunately. The combination of those factors is a bit annoying, and wow, that's a vibrate if I've ever seen one, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if that bug took, that would have been the win for Obi. But player was absolutely locked in at the end there, able to just track the early conversation lead as well. I think we were getting watched down by that point, and we kind of knew the seduce there. I think we are on top that it was boots, but a great track by player. It's just a solid sniper game, able to turn things back around on their double venue, as you were saying. Possibly able to come back 4-4. Who knows? But we are currently 4-2, so we're definitely taking steps in the right direction.
I mean, the fun thing here is that momentum is thoroughly broken at this point, and now player is gonna pick up some steam of their own. So let's see how this one works out. Playing as Alice in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And well, I mean, full steam ahead, full steam ahead. That's going to be a bug that we are not even highlighted for. I know free mission. We are gonna go pick up the first set of inspects, and we can actually just do it without flirt, without banana bread, without even picking up the second set of statues. But I think out of those 3, I would probably prefer to skimp out on the banana bread because that's likely the one most useful for the sniper to figure out when to shoot.
Yeah, I would completely agree with that. I think I'd even be okay if we did a really quick second set of statues and then came back for the banana bread. That could also be a possibility. I think that's a bit riskier than what you're suggesting. It's also a lot faster though, especially considering that we didn't actually get the float there, which is a little bit unfortunate. So I don't think we really want to go back to statues at this point. We do get a Y test on the BB. This is going to knock out a lot of people that aren't in convos. A couple of them being highlights as well. That is going to give us so much information. Going to knock the party down to 1 of 5 or 1 of 4 here. Actually, no, 1 of 4. And we're the only highlight as well. So this is getting very scary very quickly.
Well, I mean, now we kind of have to finish with a flirt. And that's just a more annoying version of balcony, because I believe that if we are going to the statues, the sooner we finish that inspect, the better it is for us. But by now, I think Obi-Wan just has it in their brains that the flirt as a mission is finished. However, I've lost an unreasonable amount of games just assuming that flirt is done and somehow forgetting about it, and miscounting by 1 is just a high-risk thing to do, which player demonstrates to us in a perfect.
That's a strong bug from player. Gets us a great start in that game. I'm just quickly looking at the bug now in the early game. It looks like it was visible for maybe just a smidge, just a quarter of a second, if that. Just the way that Obi rotated around pretty much hid the bug from view perfectly. So great bug from player, able to abuse the grid walls a little bit. Gets us a great early objective and a great finish as well. Went for statues and it ended up paying off. And that's going to take it to 3-4. We were down 0-4, and as you said, maybe we'll do a bit of a reverse sweep and take it back to 4-4. We're almost within that territory.
I'm saying it's gonna be the player sweep. Just have to vibrate the rocker shot here in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Okay, maybe not immediately now, but like in 2 minutes or so, that would be good.
We are going for a very quick purple in here. It's going to be a white.
Okay, maybe immediately now, because that's the first person that Toby has offered on this map, and it's going to be a white purloin. As soon as we see that list, please. Oh, we don't. Oh, the angle is so horrible. Oh no. Okay, now we see it. Surely. Player, please. And Obi knows that this is very suspicious, so we have gulped already, so we don't have a drink in hand here as the sniper is checking for people with drinks in hand, trying to presume if they have. Why have we taken it back? That's
No. Oh no, don't even highlight for it. Oh no. Oh, Obi.
no, Starsy. Why is Obi
Yeah.
taking the drink?
I don't know. He's this is it was such a great start. I think it was like I think in Obi's mind, I think what it was that they were under the assumption that the Purloin was already caught. I think because the laser was kind of dancing around Toby, that they were under the assumption, oh, it's already been seen. So if I take a drink now, it doesn't matter. But unfortunately, that's wrong, and it wasn't seen until a bit later. And pretty much it was when we took it. So I think we're suspect number 1 or 2. We're definitely high up there now, which is it was a great purloin. Unfortunately, it started to look a bit less great.
It's fine. Our flirt is at 51%. There's 3 people highlighted as a party who are not the investor or Toby. Surely we win this at some point. The banana bread is going to be very interesting because I don't think that Obi will know who the other suspects are, or I don't think Obi will track it. So a bad banana bread, for example, right here, will leave us as the only highlight. And I'm gonna presume dead immediately afterwards.
Do you see one of the other highlights does join the conversation, but our flirt does not get us the win there, and we take a pretty quick shot from Player, who is going to tie things up 4-4. That is
I
very
mean,
unfortunate from Obi.
that's my goat. That's my goat. That's just my goat. He caught it and he shot for it. Doesn't even need the banana bread. Just shoots for flirt and purloin.
Yeah,
Brings
look
it
at
back
that.
from a 0-4 to 4-4. And now only 3 games away from winning. The singles are to go. It's
You're
just
exactly
good
right, and
gameplay.
this is yeah, and it will it's map variety. I mean, the fact that both players went 4-0 on their respective maps is insane. Um, that just shows how much they love their own maps, I guess. And I assume if somebody is versing these players in the future, you know what maps to ban because I wouldn't want to see those again. But we are going to see Player on the Spy here. We are going to see him on Kane on Gallery in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'm sure you will ban Modern against Toby, right?
Oh no! Wow, that's different. I love Modern. You know, I think it's I'll have to take my chances with Modern. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to try and beat him at his own game.
So what when you're gonna be coming back on then?
Oh well, you know, I'm a bit of a little bit of a pub champion. Might have to go for a quick drink at the pub. Wins 4-0 there. No, absolutely love Modern though. I think it's a great venue. Gallery is good as well. I'm also a huge fan of Gallery. To be honest, I'm a big fan of any big venue really besides Library. We go for a pretty quick timeout, which is a little bit awkwardly timed, but the spy does not register it at all. Obi doesn't hear the beep. Um, and we are gonna get 45 seconds for free.
I mean, any timer is weirdly timed. That's why they exist, kind of, to mess up with the timer. Mess up with the sniper as well. 76% on the flirt, not much else, but I mean, let's be honest, only 40 seconds are gone from this game. What do you expect? There's the purloin. It's going to be a white test, unfortunately. And that tray is very visible. That conversation is not nearly full enough for us to get away with this one. As a highlight comes through, the lowlights come through as well. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
that
this is
bad, I guess.
uh I disagree. I think for that one hardtail, this is going to give a ton of information. The problem is that we're the one highlight. That I think that's really the issue. Um, so I think if we gulp here, we'll
I
die as well.
mean,
But no, we actually sip. Okay.
the problem is we are the highlight. The good
Yes.
thing is that we're alive. Uh, as funny as that may sound, uh, because here I'm willing to bet that Dodo would have shot there, for example. So player still has a chance to win this game. The chance may not be great, but it's better than zero probably. And there's still a few ways you can upset the count. You can sneak things past the sniper. If you're trying to go for a bug, oh, that's a bug that works better on theft, but still does not work in the slightest. Unlike the one on the that was just in theft. Yeah, bit unfortunate. Walking right into the laser, not making any attempt to cover the hand in question, and getting rightfully shot for it. I mean,
Yeah.
if the player sweeps their picks, it's just going to be a 6-6, and it will be a pretty fun one, so I'm not against it.
Yeah, well, exactly right. I mean, this is shaping up to be a very good finish, but yeah, that was an extremely visible bug. So, unfortunately, we don't get away with it. If we did, that would have been great. But yeah, the pathing was just not gonna get us a good bug attempt there, and we were suspect number one already from the purloin. So, yeah, definitely got some good lowlights from Obi's side at the purloin. So well done. But we are going to see Obi swap to spy, as we are going to be playing Duke in 3, 2, 1.
The fun thing to point out here is that I'm not even against that bug attempt, right? That bug attempt was not great, but we are in a position in that particular case where we need to do something weird and get it past the sniper. The game is no longer about us trying to complete missions. No, 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 no. The game is about us trying to confuse sniper about how far we are along the process. And if we manage to succeed at that, we won. Because if the sniper is so sure that we are the spy and we just get past the count, it's a very hard thing to do, but that just kind of gives us carte blanche. Unfortunately, here the attempt was not the greatest, but it's still one that is well worth it, and I kind of understand why it was done.
Yeah, and it wasn't visible on screen. I think it was just hidden by the amber, so we will get away with it for free. And we didn't get any credit or anything like that. I think so. No harm, no foul in that scenario. And if we did get it, that would have been great. Unfortunately, not the case though. We are going to get offered to here. We'll just go for a normal reject as we try to push our flirt progress in the right place. We go for a green BB split here. The question is, are we going to be a low light? Everybody else is getting low lighted in the middle, except us though. Oh, and we received the highlight for the split. Oh no.
Starzy, I think player is the GOAT. I I don't know how else to put it. Player is the GOAT. He's got all of the callouts. Obi has not been playing badly, right? Those are not bad plays, but he's just getting called out.
Obi's kind of been put on the back foot here. He's still up 1 point, so can afford to make a mistake or two. Of course, we'd prefer not to do that. We do an instant talk on entry as well, and as one of two highlights, that's probably not the play you want to be doing it, and that's correct as we take it down. That is going to tie things up 5-5. My God, it's so close going into the final set. I can't believe it. Wow, down 0-4. We might be seeing a tie here. Who knows? It could be either player winning. Honestly, on Redwoods, anything could happen.
Okay,
But
let
a
me
great
just point
find.
this one out here. Obi went into the conversation and talked. He got shot for it. That's some dark arts bullshit. And I'm very interested to see what the Necromancer does on the only venue where I don't actually view it in sniper view on cast. Because, yeah, Redwoods.
Yeah, I agree. Not a huge fan of Redwoods either, but we are going to be seeing it to finish out. And this is going to be the last spy game for player. And this is our chance to get ahead. Both players are really looking for the edge here. Nobody wants to finish on a loss, especially when you're 5-5. Finishing on a tie is fine. So getting this first point is extremely important. But we'll see what happens as we see player loot in as Sari in 3, 2, 1.
I mean, I do love to watch some marble games, and as far as venues go, Redwoods is a pretty good one to lose your marble. We are gonna go for the inspects right out of the gate. Gonna go get the book as well, because this is just a nice thing we can do in this venue. And yeah, I'm not against it. I'm slightly against it.
Oh, oh no.
I'm
Oh
very
no.
against it, actually. Hold up.
Oh no. We have received the highlight for the that looks like the microfilm. I don't think that was a late statue highlight. I think that was for the microfilm. So all of a sudden the game has gotten a lot scarier for player here. This is starting to look a little bit dicey, but we still do have some action. I think we are suspect number one, unfortunately. Okay, we did see the highlight onto Disney for the other bookshelf like inspect. So
Mhm.
it might have been for that. Maybe the microphone wasn't seen.
I mean, the most annoying part about the action test microfilm is that it's not the first one that kills you, it's the second one that you still need to accomplish if you want for the mission to count. And yeah, here. I mean, it is progress. The other thing that's a bit annoying is I think out of all the venues that we've seen today, Redwoods is probably the one that's most annoying on time pressure and most demanding in that sort of regard. So player may be entering a little bit of time crunch at some point in the future, or maybe Obi will. Who knows? Either way, for the now being, doesn't actually look that bad, except for the fact that we are probably the main target.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with you. I think if we can get a bug here that's unsuspected, that would put us in a pretty strong position. Um, we do have a lot of partial progress. Halfway done with our microfilm, most of the way done with our seduce, and we're one away from our fingerprint as well. Um, so we definitely have a lot of avenues to finish. 97% on seduce, so that's on the verge of being completed. Probably looking for a contact as well at some point. Unfortunately, we're with the fake DA, not the real one, which we are moving to the real one now. But no, we just walk past them. Oh, when we walk back, okay, this is good for us actually. A lot of people are entering conversation. Oh God, oh no.
So this is what we in the business call hashtag legal path, and you are not allowed to shoot for it.
Okay, we have an option to finish with fingerprint. We do add time here. We're going to take it up to a minute 30. And we don't take the fingerprint finish. Instead, we are going to follow the amber.
I mean, honestly, our time has been getting into the crunch territory, so I'm not against this time. I'm maybe a little bit annoyed about us like missing out on the
Ooh.
print, but on the other hand, this bug has been a pretty interesting attempt. Unfortunately, Zamba will decide to leave as soon as we decide to go for it, so it kind of bounces out and results in nothing. But you know what time it is? It's time at
Yes, give me our second timer of the game. We do find the amber once again. Are we going to go for another
bug,
bug?
bug, 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 bug,
Could
bug.
be an
No,
opportunity here.
come
No.
on.
We're going to go for the microfilm finish as well. It seems like there's a lot better options rather than the microfilm. We could have finished with the bar, which would have been great. We do get a green here, and I don't think it's going to be noticed. So we are going to push the game towards this conclusion, but we still have a lot of things that we need to do in the span of a minute. And the ambassador is going to the bar, which is great, but they also left another fingerprint on, I think it was the bookshelves or one of the statues. So yeah, instant talk, and now we just got one left, which is going to be the DA. I think we might be seeing a contact to finish. That's what we will be seeing.
Oh
In the end
wow.
of red.
Oh wow. Really vibe checking on the count here. If Obi's count is correct, he has to shoot here. And nope.
Wow.
Nope. That's how you confuse a sniper. And that's how you win a pretty damn fine game of Redwoods, I'm gonna be honest. Wow.
Yeah, it was two time ads that we got away with. I don't think Obi really got any lowlights for it either. And both of them were white actually. Yeah, both of them were white. We had zero lowlights by the end of the game, which is perfect for player. There was still everyone in the party is still, and at the end is very scary. Um, but yeah, solid finish by player. There were quite a few mistakes that game. I think we kind of started to slow down a lot and had to force the two time ads. We also had the miss bug and the we missed a couple of fingerprint opportunities as well. But you know, all power to player was able to secure the win, and
I
now we'll be
mean,
going into the last game.
you say we had a lot of mistakes that game. I say we won.
Yeah, that's true. We
Right. And
did go in. Yeah, it was a bit of it was an alternate finish, is what I was saying. We were able to secure the win, which is great. But we will be going into the final game up 6-5. So we are going to see player going for the win here, and Obi going for the tie in 3, 2, 1.
Queen moving around the venue, trying to locate the seduction target, who is very adept at avoiding us so far. But I mean, just 4 or 5 double backs later, we're in the same conversation together and ready to start flirting.
Yeah, it does get us 34% as well, which is a little white test that will start us off. Always great to get that progress started straight away. We still have 3 minutes to do 3 and 2/3 objectives, so we're in a pretty good spot here. The question is, do we want to hit books and get all that progress? Now, we did see the ambassador just put the green book away, so that would be a great amount of progress that we can push through if
Go
we
to the
head
bookshelf
towards
while moving their
green.
bug with the dog bug is impeccable. Do it.
Seems
Okay,
like we're
no,
not going
he's
to be
smarter,
moving though.
but fair enough.
But we do get a green test here for 85. Twin is going to smudge the fingerprint for us.
Mhm. I think the briefcase actually has a print on it as well. It's going to be smudged, obviously, but I think it still is intact. Or rather, it still has a print on it, which is more important. Um,
Yeah, it feels like we're being said here, but it's just because we're next to the ambassador. We are chilling in this conversation for quite a long time. We're kind of hoping that some other members of the party pick up some highlights and pick up a little bit more suspicion than we do before we really make our move. We are down to a minute 45 though, so we still have 3 objectives that we really need to get a move on. We do get our seduction done, which is absolutely great, and the banana bread also done. So all of a sudden, that's 2 objectives that are just absolutely smashed out. And now we just need to push ourselves towards either inspect, fingerprint, or possibly a bug that we can sneak in there as well. But Obi down to a minute 25, 2 objectives to go. Still a lot of room for success on this menu.
Importantly, Twin was actually out of the conversation for the banana bread, so if it was to be, it would have been perfect. Unfortunately, my goat misses a thing once in a year, so that's a bit sad. But Ambassador has finished statues, which means that it's a pretty good time for us to start statues at some point. Only a minute to go, but I mean, the two inspects are right here as well, so no harm, no foul.
To get 2 inspects done there. We are down to 45. We are high lit now, so we are being watched a bit more. Don't know whether we're suspect number 1, but we still have quite a ways to go before we're able to finish this one, and we might be seeing a timeout at some point unless we go for a swap of some sort. And we're going to need the DA as well. We might be trying to introduce a civ shot here.
I mean, it's not going to be the best case scenario because the SDA is not in the conversation, but instead, my Archer's gonna go to the window and we are gonna hit a time ad. It's a bit annoying, but it is still a green, which means that the beeps will continue on, albeit at a slower pace, but it gives us time, and that's the more important part. Thankfully, my goat is the goat and catches the time ad perfectly. catches the spy and wins the game for himself. I'm very glad that player 385 is continuing to pick up kills on players with numbers lower, I presume. I mean, to be fair, 385 is higher than 1, so, you know.
Might be the truest statement I've ever heard. Yeah, as you said, that is going to be the win for player 305. It wins 7-5 as well. We were down 0-4 at one point, which was looking like a pretty terrifying experience. But player hit high rise, was able to completely bring it back, and play a good game all the way out through. We saw the split on Aquarium, and then the finish on Redwoods. So very strong finish by player here. And honestly, both players were pretty fun to watch. Both of them played pretty well. There was a slow game here or there, but honestly, they were quite on the money today.
I kind of like that set, actually. Like, both from the spy side, but from the sniper side as well, there were some pretty decent catches around here. And yeah, some fun little time in Challenger down here, or up here if you're playing League. Thank you, Starzad, for joining me.
Yeah, no worries, man. It was a good time.
Thank you, Nebula, for leaving the door open yet again and letting me sneak in. Yeah. All right, you're still asleep. Anyway, the game's called SpyParty. You can buy it on SpyParty.com. You can join the tournaments like this one. I believe Winter Cup is going to be opening signups at some point in the near future on discord.gg/SpyParty. Yeah, we've been here. Check the stream tomorrow for some postseason because we have a few tournaments that are running in the end here with some players who probably know how to play the video game. And spoiler alert, maybe even played the game more than those challenger players. So those games will probably be less entertaining, but would be more educational. That's for sure. Either way, thank you for watching us and have fun out there. This is mandatory after all.